What do you call to a female farmer? What does being a woman means to you?
Hi everyone, have a good day. So before I start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Kimberly Julian from the College of Agriculture, fourth year student at Isabela State University. So first of all, I have question kanina. What does being a woman means to you? So sometimes when faced with the question, what does being a woman means to you? Parang there are about millions of answers and every day that answer changes, diba? So, being a woman is, it means being opinionated, articulate, and strong-willed. It means working to destroy the disgusting double standard that can be forced upon us. Diba? Parang you can like wearing makeup and sundresses and also being intelligent and deserving of the powerful positions. It means refusing to accept the word, and it means supporting fellow women when society ceaselessly pits us against each other. Complex and often unfair. It's a difficult gender to identify with. Society holds us to ridiculous standards. Outdated gender norms are pervasive in our daily lives. Gender pay gaps are still rampant. And patriarchy, although facing criticism, is still a force to be reckoned with. Often I find myself frustrated and angered at the situation that is still confronted. So despite this, I take so much pride and hope in knowing that there is never a greater time for women. Diba? Facing the spread of feminism and strong feelings of solidarity, despite the wide and intersectional diversity of issues faced by women, I am beyond glad to be part of this collective force of womankind and son of Hayden. So, being a woman to me is a lot about strength, mutual support, and love. So, the women you choose to surround yourself with are always there to back you up, to rely on for whatever and whenever with part of this collective, whenever with unwavering levels of support. Diba? You feel so much comfort kapag yung mga nakakasama mo is the one na nagpupush sa'yo to do this thing, to do that thing. Hindi yung binabackstab ka or whatsoever, hinihila ka pababa, gano'n. So now let's go on the role of women in agriculture. Approximately 50% of rural women are classified as members of labor forces. In 1992, 25.8% of agricultural labor force, including fisheries and forestries, were women. Women play important roles in both cash crops and subsistence production, and in small livestock raising, of course. They also take part in some aspects of fisheries. To feed their families, women cultivate kitchen gardens and subsistence crops, and it is mainly the root crops. And in terms to the division of labor by gender, women and women have distinct but not necessarily rigid tasks and responsibilities which often vary by crop or activity. In general, land clearing and preparation are carried out by men, except for minimum tillage is required, like sa vegetable gardening. Women supply the major part of the labor of planting, weeding, harvesting, while men are largely responsible for spraying chemicals, fertilizer, and uh, mechanized tasks. So, women are heavily engaged in post-harvest tasks such as threshing, processing, and marketing. Lalo na sa marketing, we see a lot of women sa market na nagtitinda ng kani-kanilang mga products, ganun. So, a similar division of labor prevails is agroforestry production. Women are largely responsible for poultry raising, for most pig raising activities, while men tend to do cattle and water buffalo. In fisheries, women are responsible for processing and marketing. As transportation facilities improve, women are also increasingly involved in transporting produce to the market. For the gender relation in decision making naman in farming activities, although men tend to have gender decision making or decision making power in farming activities, women participate in farming decisions to a great extent and have their own areas of authority. So, particularly in regard to seed selection, harvesting, threshing, storage, processing, um, and the utilization of the harvest, women also have major decision-making power in regard to how to allocate earnings, how much of the harvest to sell, and what to feed their families. So, men generally have a greater say in regard to credit and loans, although in certain communities such as decisions are made jointly. So now let us talk about the feminization of agriculture. So, Economic Survey 2017 and 2018 says that with growing rural and urban migration by men, there is feminization of agriculture sector. With increasing number of women in multiple roles as cultivators, entrepreneurs, and laborers, globally there is empirical evidence that women have a decisive role in ensuring food security and preserving local agrobiodiversity. So, mga rural women, sorry, responsible for the integrated management and use of diverse natural resources to meet the daily household needs. So, this requires that women farmers should have enhanced access to resources like land, water, credit, technology, and training, which warrants critical analysis in the context. So, in addition, the entitlements of women farmers will be the key. Will be the key to improve agriculture productivity. So, the differential access of women to resources like land, credit, water, seeds, and markets needs to be addressed, with women predominant at all levels: production, pre-harvest, post-harvest processing, packaging, marketing of the agricultural value chain. To increase productivity in agriculture, it is imperative to adopt gender-specific interventions. So, an exclusive transformative agricultural policy should aim at gender-specific intervention to raise productivity of small farm holdings. So, integrate women as active agents in rural transformation and engage men and women in extension services with gender expertise. So, agriculture can be an important engine of growth and poverty reduction, but the sector is underperforming in many countries in part because of women. who are often a crucial resource in agriculture and rural economy, face constraints that reduce the productivity. So mapapansin natin, no, there's a lot of potential sa isang woman, but then naglalak sila sa knowledge, sa trainings, ganon. That is why the government should focus also sa mga kung ano yung kakayahan ng mga women in terms with the agriculture. Significant and crucial role in the agricultural development and its allied fields. The nature and extent of women's involvement in agriculture varies greatly from region. But regardless of these variations, women are actively involved in various agricultural activities. So, according to my research, as per Census 2011, out of total female main workers, 55% were agricultural laborers and 24% were cultivators. However, ito yung nagre-reflect that the gender disparity in ownership of land holdings in agriculture. Moreover, there is a concentration of operational holdings, 25.7% by women in the marginal small holding categories. So, babanggitin ko din sa inyo about the agricultural activities na tinitake up ng isang babae. So, mainly, rural women are engaged in agricultural activities in 3 different ways. So, we have 3 different ways depending on the socio-economic status of their family and regional factors. So, first is the paid laborers. Marami yan. Yung mga nakikitanim, nakikisaka. Next is the cultivator doing labor on their own land. Or sila na mismo yung nagtratrabaho sa sarili nilang lupa. Next is the managers of certain aspect of agricultural production by way of labor supervision and the participation in post-harvest operation. So, yung types ng agricultural activities taken up by women ay ang mga to. Marunong sila sa sowing, nursery management, transplanting of course, weeding, irrigation, fertilizer application. So, not just men. Kayang-kaya din gawin ng mga women ang fertilizer application, plant protection of course, harvesting, winnowing, storing, and etc. So, kung makikita nyo, hindi lang siya kayang gawin ng isang lalaki, but then, kayang-kaya din siyang gawin ng isang babae. So, sa livestock naman, it is the primary livelihood activity used to meet household needs, as well as supplement farm incomes. So, it is a common practice in the rural areas to give an animal as part of the story. Studies have revealed rural women earn extra income from the sale of milk and animals. Mostly, women are engaged in cattle management activities such as, so, these are as follows: cleaning of animal sheds, watering of cattle, milking the animals, fodder collection, preparing blankets, collection, farmyard work. Except grazing, all other livestock management activities are predominantly performed by women. Men, however, share the responsibility of taking care of the animals. It is evident that the women are playing a dominant role in livestock production and management